You have to audit your circle, bro. You have to understand that your circle are foundational pieces in which you are building your dreams and your goals on your foundation. So the people around you is crucial. They count, they matter. So you have to really, really address the people that's around you as you move forward. You may have to consider the thing called law of detachment. Something has to go. Skin has to shed. You have to renew as you continue to move ahead. Something has to change. Your circle are your foundational pieces in which the foundation that you plan to build a legacy upon. So yes, you have to audit your circle. Before you decide to audit your goals, before you decide to take on a new project, you got to ensure that the people around you are contributing to your goals, are contributions to your growth, a contribution to you becoming a successful person when it comes to you and your pursuit of your endeavors, your goals. Do they help or do they hurt? We're not talking about are they friends or are they not friends. I'm talking about you being on your mission. Do your friend circle, do your supporters, do they help you or do they hurt you? Simple as that. Simple as that. Simple as that. Simple as that. So you got to audit your circle before you begin to audit your goals. You've got to audit your circle, the people around you, before you begin to audit your goals, the things you're pursuing, what you're going after, what you want to attack, that new chapter that you want to begin. You have to audit the people around you, your circle of support, your support system, or the people around you in general. You have to audit that before you start on a new journey. Why is that? Reason being is because you got to understand you're starting something new. You're taking on a new journey. This is important to you, obviously. Starting a new journey, starting a new goal is going to require focus. It's going to require commitment. It's going to require quietness. It's going to require attention from you, being attentive while in pursuit of your goal. So you got to understand that when you're starting a goal, a new one at that, you got to understand that you're building a foundation. You're building a foundation to develop something along with that foundation. On top of that foundation, layers on top of that foundation, floors on top of that foundation. And so that foundation needs to be what? Come through in the comments. That foundation needs to be sturdy, especially if you're building a kingdom, especially if you're building something special, especially if your dream and your goals are big, especially if your aspirations are big, especially if it's that big goal, especially if you're trying to build something that has longevity in it, something that's sustainable, something that contributes to your legacy. Just like me, Dream Driver's legacy, trying to develop something that's going to be sturdy enough. The foundation needs to be sturdy enough so that I can not only build my legacy, but so that my legacy can continue to live on. So your goal is your foundation. Your circle are your foundational pieces. Your circle are your foundational pieces. They are a contribution to the foundation that you're building. So it's very, very crucial. It's very critical that you pay attention to your circle before you start building your goals. It's very important that you monitor your circle. You know your circle. You know the who's who in your circle before you start developing your goal. And some of y'all may wonder, like, why does that matter? Why does that even matter? My brother, my sister, it matters a great deal. See, auditing your goals before auditing your circle is like literally, I want to go running. I'm about to get ready to go running. I'm not even going to think about it. Let me just take off out the door. Open the door, take off, and guess what? You forgot to put your shoes on. And guess what? The same day you forgot to put your shoes on because you was quick to go running, somebody broke glass. So now, not only did you take off without your shoes, unfortunately, now you just stepped on a whole bunch of glass. Feet all cut up. That's what happens. Reacting before preparing. Again, auditing your goals before auditing your circle is like literally saying, you know what? I'm hungry. My stomach is touching my back. I need to eat. Let me go in the kitchen, grab a pot, grab a pan, turn the burner on, and get ready to make food just to open up the refrigerator and realize you have nothing in it. There's no food. Unprepared. Didn't realize. What could have taken place, didn't realize. Without investigating, ensuring that before I decide to actually make a sandwich, let me see if I have bread in the fridge. Let me see if I have bread. Let me see if I have poultry in the fridge. Let me see if I have fish in the fridge. Let me see if I have lunch meat in the refrigerator. So now look at the position that you're in. You're hungry. stomach's touching your back, all the stores is closed because you was unprepared. You didn't think it all the way through. And that's what happens when you go after your goal. When you go after your goal and you start auditing your goals before auditing your circle and the people around you, you're traveling that same lane, a lot similar to what it is that I just described. You know, my analogy, that analogy may not have been the greatest, but I just want you guys to get my drift, catch my drift. You have to audit your circle, bro. You have to understand that your circle are foundational pieces in which you are building your dreams and your goals on your foundation. So the people around you is crucial. They count, they matter. Friday nights could be your night of decompressing. Friday nights could be the only day during the week where you actually have time to work towards your goals. Friday nights may be the only time that you really have, or should I say a day that you have a block of time, a nice block of time to write towards your goals. But your friends text you, hey, look, we going to this party tonight. What's up? You down? We going to this club tonight. What's up? Are you down? We can't do this without you. You gotta go. Remember the good old days? You know, those good old days gotta change. Those good old days you have to consider when it comes to now moving forward towards working towards your goals. When it comes to scripting to your goals, the reality is now you have to make a decision. Do I go to the club? Do I take the bait? Or do I actually say, nah, never mind, I can't tonight? Do I skip out on the club? You got to make decisions because of the temptations from your circle, your friend group. Not saying that they're bad people or anything like that, but you got to understand things is going to change in your life as you better yourself. So you have to really, really address the people that's around you as you move forward. You may have to consider the thing called law of detachment. Something has to go. Something has to go. Skin has to shed. You have to renew as you continue to move ahead. Skin has to shed. Something has to renew as you are choosing to move ahead in your life. Something has to change. Your circle are your foundational pieces in which the foundation that you plan to build a legacy upon. So yes, you have to audit your circle. Before you decide to audit your goals, before you decide to take on a new project, you got to ensure that the people around you are contributing to your goals, are contributions to your growth, are contributions to the fan that you're flaming, are contributions to you moving forward, are contributions to your rise to succeed, a contribution to you becoming a successful person when it comes to you and your pursuit of your endeavors, your goals. Do they help or do they hurt? We're not talking about are they friends or are they not friends. I'm talking about you being on your mission. Do your friend circle, do your supporters, do they help you or do they hurt you? Simple as that. That's how you make your decisions. You don't make your decision based on are they good people or not good people. Literally, I had to let go and cut off people that were good to me. Why would you do that, D? Why would you cut off people that were actually good to you? Why would you do that? Because I had to grow to a place where I realized that it's not always about traveling with people and having people grow with you in life because they're good to you. I had to grow to a reality to realize, yes, you're good to me, but you like to yang while I'm trying to yang, which means that you're not good for me. You're not good for me. You're not good for my growth. You stunt my growth. Being around you stunt my growth. Hanging out at the clubs with you stunt my growth. Your choices, your decisions is completely opposite. It's opposite of what I want to do with my life. Your influence is no longer wanted here, bro. I can't use your influence. Your influence doesn't do anything that pushes me towards me being a better person, pushes me towards my goals. And it's okay to grow to a place in your life when you realize as you grow, you have to detach from certain energies, certain individuals, even the ones that are good to you. And those are hard chops, of course, because, you know, especially if you work with them, especially if some of them are family, especially if some of them are long friends that we've had growing up throughout our life, people that have done nothing to wrong you. The reality is those are hard chops, hard detachments, because, you know, especially if you have to see them all the time, they're looking at you like, what happened? What changed? You know, why you not cool? You know, and It's not really your responsibility to tell them what it is that you're doing. You can if you want, but the reality is you have to make the decision to make the big chops in order for you to get where you need to get in your life. You have to do it. And again, it's not about being mean. Making these chops isn't about having to actually now change your energy and your behavior in which how you treat them. No, continue to be cool. They may not understand. They may not understand. And you know what? It may not be meant for them to understand. This is your journey. This is your journey. These are your goals. Or even if you was to say, no, I can't sit out, this, that, and the third, or should I say I have to sit out, I can't go to the club with you. If they're not supporting that, bro, that's another indicator. If they're not supporting you when you say I have to sit out because I have homework tonight, I have to work on my business tonight, I have to contribute to my vision tonight, I have to build my vision tonight, I have to write out my goals tonight, I have to write out my goals. Friday nights no longer are the nights that I can go and hang out. Fellas, I can't do it. I can't hang out at the club tonight. How they respond makes a huge impact when it comes to considering how you go about your friendship. Because if they are encouraging you, then maybe, there's a way that you could fit them in your life, but still be mindful. Even if you don't cut them off, still be mindful, because keep in mind, they're yinging, you used to yang, but you really want to yang. They're going left, you're going right. At some point, you can't be at both places at the same time. You can't. Your friends travel this path, they go this way, you're going this way. At some point, you have to make a decision on which path that you truly want to dedicate towards. Which path do you truly want to travel? The higher you get to your goal, keep in mind, it's going to require more attention to detail when it comes to what it is that you're building. It's going to require more attention to detail. Something has to shed in the process of you growing. It's law. I didn't make it up. It's law. It's what's necessary for growth, especially if you're trying to build something big in your life. So you have to audit your friends before you audit your goals. And one thing that I learned even myself in my journey was, like, for me, my circle is already a dot from my experiences. My circle is already a dot, and I am okay with that. I'm 100% fine with that, man. I'm 100% fine with that. I'm 100% fine with not having to have a handful of friends. I am 100% fine with that. People are weird, for real. And I'm not saying the world is weird. I'm not saying everybody is weird. I'm not saying that if you have friends, it's a bad thing, cut them off. I'm not saying that, because there are really good people in this world. There are really good people in this world, really good family members in this world, really good friends in this world, really good energies in this world. So I'm not saying you have to adopt the same mindset that I have. Don't get me wrong. I still have friends. I still have, loved ones in my life. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, it's not hard for me to detach or not even be open to friendship because of my experiences, that brought me to where I'm at today. I used to have people in my friend circle, and I was always good on picking up on personality and energies. I could see through things. And I'm just going to give you this one story time. I was in pursuit of, let's just say, pursuing a certain career. I'm not going to give anybody the opportunity to think that I'm talking about them specifically, but let's just say I was in pursuit of pursuing a career, and I had like-minded people. Actually, it wasn't even just one person, but this right here, this story time is regarding the one person. But anyway, so I'm in pursuit of a particular career path. I'm taking a career path, and it was somebody that I let into my friend circle. And they was fairly new, I didn't really know them too tough, but, I thought that I picked up good vibes from this individual. I was like, okay, you're in pursuit of what I'm pursuing. We're like-minded. You seem like a good person. You seem like you're cool. And so I became more open, letting them come into my home now, introducing them to my family, growing comfortable, because at this point, we're pretty much, on the same wavelength, so to speak. And then all of a sudden, just by the snap of a finger, that person completely changed, bro. That person, I saw a completely different side of that individual. And now at this point, you feel kind of trapped because you've developed this friendship. You've developed this bond. You've developed this routine of trying to get to this particular established place with, alongside with your counterpart. And now you have to figure out how to unravel that. Now you have to figure out how to detach yourself from that, because you realize that this person became a wolf in sheep's clothing, bro. And that's another reason why I'm very reluctant to having people around me, because, bro, and I have a keen eye. I was mad at myself that I missed it, because I have such a keen eye. I can see through things easily, bro. And I was mad at myself because I'm like, how did I not see that? That person was really good, or maybe I was lacking. Now, that person was really good because I did not see that other side, in which the more that I saw that, I started to see the monster in that individual. And I was like, there's no way in the world. There's no way in the world that I need your energy and need to be around you or have you around my family. Realizing that that whole other side was actually the real person. And the person that, I thought was cool to build with in terms of, business relationship, I no longer wanted to take that path with that individual, because I'm like, bro, the person comes before the plan. The people you have around you comes before the plan. Because as you're building, keep in mind, if you're not auditing your circle, they are growing with you. They are a part of your foundational pieces, whether you like it or not. They play a role, some level of dictatorship when it comes to what it is that you're pursuing. So those are just little nuggets I tightened up from that situation. I was like, okay, let me fall back. Let me get in my prayer closet and let me ask God to, give me the set of eyes to be able to really, really see and see clearly, bro. And so I'm very reluctant. People may look at me like, man, he's not friendly, or he's friendly, but he don't let people into his space. And that's absolutely true. I'm very reluctant with who I let into my space because of my life experiences, things that have taught me, you know what I mean? Really get a chance to really know people's motives. And that's something that you're not going to always get or understand. Sometimes you don't learn people's motives until over a period of time. And of course, any relationship that you build, any situation that you're in, if a person have ulterior motives, you may be able to pick up on them initially at first glance, earlier than later, but some people are really good. And by the time the relationship is connected, is established, bam, ulterior motive kicks in, and now you don't want to be around that person, because now you realize that they were in it for other reasons. They're not who you thought they were. So for me, I like to keep life simple. I try to keep life as simple as possible, man. We got goals out here. We have goals out here. We're trying to win in life. We don't need any more distractions, any more than what life already does in that department. In the role of distracting. You got rain, snow, tons of snow, sun is out, work, family. You got to cook, you got to clean. Like, you already have things that pulls you away from going after your purpose. So for me, I like to declutter as often as I possibly can and travel light, like getting on a flight. Light luggage. Light luggage. I like to travel light, not dragging anvils of luggage with me. I want to travel light. That way I can maneuver, get around, and not be distracted or weighed down by the burdens of having the wrong people in my circle. Do you catch my drift? You have to audit your circle before you audit your goals, so that you can start with a clean plan and know and can identify the who's who in your world, in your life, in your reality as you're growing. If you appreciated this video, lock in, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post bell notification. That way you guys will not miss any of this content. Dream Drivers Legacy Squad family, just giving y'all the gems, the game, things, the inside scoop that you're going to need while you're on your road, while you're on your purpose, while you're pursuing your dreams. Things to look out for. That's what we do. My goal is to equip you. I'm not better than anybody. I don't claim to be. I don't try to be. I'm just an individual who decided to make better choices in my life. And I decided to become a content creator. I decided to come through with these videos. I decided to start a channel to help other people better their life. Simple as that. Simple as that. I am not a ball of perfection. We are learning and growing together. We are growing together. We're building together. This is a brotherhood. This is a sisterhood. This is a family. And I want you to be on your goal. I want you to be on your purpose in life. I want you to be on your mission. And I want you to follow your dreams, chase your dreams, chase your goals, and put your purpose above everything. As always, do what brings life to you. And it's a great chance that you'll bring life to whatever it is that you do. You already know, rain, sleet, or snow. The goal is to #grow. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace and blessings. One love. String.